Get ready for action, because the number 13 Generals just punched their ticket to the ODAC championship match in a thrilling showdown. We are diving deep into the details of this massive tennis event, and you do not want to miss what happens next.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, we look at the intense action from the LSU women's tennis team as they battled Stephen F. Austin in the opening round of the postseason NCAA regional play. We break down the incredible performances from Kayla Cross and Carolina Cool and see how the Tigers navigated their way through the competition. Now it's time to talk about the massive financial shifts shaking the tennis world. Coco Gauff and other top players have voiced collective disappointment over the increased prize money at the French Open, and we explore exactly why the top players are demanding change from the major tournaments. Finally, we switch gears to the NCAA tournament drama as the number 32 South Carolina women's tennis team faced a tough challenge against the number 5 North Carolina team in the round of 32. Don't miss this breakdown of the doubles and singles results, and stay tuned right here for more breaking news. In a recent update regarding the ODAC championship match, news outlets have reported on the outcomes of several women's tennis contests. Specifically, a match between Virginia Wesleyan and Averett was detailed, with the order of finish reported as 1, 2, 3. Another result noted was a different sequence of outcomes, listed as 4, 1, 5. These updates provide snapshots of the competition leading up to or during the ODAC championship events. LSU women's tennis kicked off postseason NCAA regional play on Saturday, May 2nd, facing Stephen F. Austin at the LSU Tennis Complex. The Tigers entered the tournament as the number 10 seed based on the latest ITA ranking. LSU boasts a strong doubles contingent, featuring 3 ranked pairings: Erickson and McDonald, Cross and McDonald, and Brace and Cross. Notably, the Erickson and McDonald pairing recently secured 2 ranked victories during the season's SEC tournament. Stephen F. Austin arrived in Baton Rouge, having recently clinched the Southland Conference title. In a dominant performance, LSU defeated the Lumberjacks with a commanding 4-0 record. The victory was sealed by strong singles performances from Kayla Cross and Carolina Cool, complemented by sweeps in both doubles matches featuring the Cross and Brace, and McDonald and Erickson pairings. The winners of each first-round matchup will advance to Sunday, May 3rd in Baton Rouge, where the winner of the second match will secure a spot in the NCAA Super Regionals. Top men's and women's tennis players have voiced collective disappointment regarding the recent prize money increases at the French Open, signaling a growing dissatisfaction with the financial distribution within the sport's 4 major tournaments. As the second Grand Slam of 2026 approaches, the issue of revenue sharing has become a focal point for the elite players. The French Open is slated to increase its prize money by 9.5% from 2025, bringing the total pool to €61.7 million, or $72.3 million. However, the group of top 10 ATP and WTA players has expressed concern because they estimate this prize pool represents only 15% of the tournament's projected revenue. This figure is deemed significantly lower than the 22% revenue share awarded to players in joint ATP and WTA tour events, and even lower than the near 50% share seen in some U.S. team sports. A statement circulated by the player group noted that as Roland Garros seeks record revenues, players are receiving a declining share of the value they help generate. This sentiment stems from a broader critique of the Grand Slam's governance structure. The players group argues that the tournaments remain resistant to change, citing a lack of player consultation and insufficient investment in player welfare, suggesting the system fails to adequately represent the interests of those central to the sport's success. This call for reform is part of a sustained effort by players, including Aryna Sabalenka, Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz, and Coco Gauff, who have sent multiple letters to the majors demanding systemic changes, such as the formation of a Grand Slam Player Council and direct financial contributions to player benefits. The prize money increases at the French Open are weighted toward earlier rounds, with a nearly 13% bump for qualifying rounds, while the main draw prize money increase favors the first 3 rounds. Champions will still receive just under $3.3 million. This financial dispute is not isolated. It is a core issue for the Professional Tennis Players Association, PTPA, which previously filed an antitrust lawsuit alleging that the governing bodies constituted a cartel with the Grand Slams as co-conspirators. While the Australian Open organizers settled with the PTPA, the French Open, Wimbledon, and US Open jointly filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit. The players' group has pushed for a target of 22% revenue sharing by 2030, highlighting a significant gap between current player compensation and the revenue generated by the majors. Chapel Hill, NC. The University of South Carolina women's tennis team suffered a decisive defeat in the second round of the 2026 NCAA tournament, falling 4-0 to number 5 North Carolina on Saturday afternoon. The loss highlighted a significant gap between the two teams in the competition. The match was a comprehensive loss across both doubles and singles disciplines. In doubles play, the momentum shifted quickly. Jane Dunyan and Sarah Borkup secured the first doubles point, winning on court 3 with a score of 6-0. The number 12 duo of Lauren Friedman and Helena Butchwold mounted a comeback, battling back from a 3-point deficit to bring the score to 4-2. However, North Carolina ultimately clinched the doubles match with a 6-1 victory over Kaitlyn Carnicella and Jana Stojanova on court 2. In the singles competition, the Gamecocks struggled to gain traction, losing the first set on all 6 courts. North Carolina capitalized on this weakness, securing victories on courts 1, 5, and 6 to claim the overall match. The final score reflected the dominance of the opponent. Number 32, South Carolina lost 0 to number 5 North Carolina's 4. The detailed breakdown shows North Carolina's success in both formats, emphasizing the challenge facing the South Carolina squad in the tournament.